All right, everybody. Exceptional news. Setup is done. We are ready to party and get started with our Saturday morning cartoon block. I'm calling it that now. Are there cartoons? No, but we're calling it Saturday morning cartoon block. And we are starting it out strong with Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons, any percent, new game co-op, normal, no out of bounds, with Cypherin and BigBeaz. Cypherin, BigBeaz, take us away to some big gaming.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this wonderful event. Glad to have you here. I am BigBeaz, your happy, helpful harbinger of hype. And I am running this wonderful, fantastic game in the now coined Saturday morning cartoon block with my bud Cypherin.
Hello. Good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you hail from. Yes, we are about to kick butt, take names, chew bubble gum, all that stuff.
I'm gonna let it go.
Oh, well then we're just kicking butt then.
Also, we have a wonderful addition on our couch. Don't mind the rope and the chains. It's the only way we could keep them here. All right, but we still love them.
I'm tied up for my own safety. Hey everyone, it's ateatree. I also run this game, and if you didn't know, there actually was a Saturday morning Double Dragon cartoon. It wasn't good. It wasn't on for very long, but it did exist. So I'm gonna allow.
I swear on my life, I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah, Double Dragon was also part of Captain N, the Game Master, and then got spun off into its own show later. It's bad. It was part of a very dark era in Double Dragon lore.
I did not know Spawn from Captain N, but I used to watch that show.
So. They could be unrelated, but in my mind, that's like the order that things went. But also, Technos was just really loose with all of their licensing and stuff for years there. That's why there are as many bad Double Dragon games as there are good ones.
True. That's my new canon. I'm taking it. That's my new canon now.
Right on. Well, how about you take us into the game?
All right. So yeah, timer starts, I think, when I hit start game here. So then 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm gonna mash through a bunch of cutscenes. And we gotta select our characters. I think go ahead, we can freely select who we want as I struggle to find mine. Oh, there we go.
Dynamic duo here. Boom.
Nice. All right, so Beaz is using base game characters such as it were, as in they're not unlockable. We've got Uncle Mateen and not so made Marion. Marion being absolutely strapped to the nines in this game. Primary attack is a handgun, and the secondary attack is a rocket launcher. And Cypher, and who are you playing?
I am playing as Linda and Chin Taimei. Linda is a staple of Double Dragon from the old days. She normally would come with a whip, like in like Double Dragon 1 and so forth of the old NES games. And then I'm playing as also Chin, who I guess has been around since the original games too. Oh.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
My game's not responding.
I don't know.
Oh, we got a player.
Yeah, I'm hitting every button possible.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we literally just played. I'm watching Linda breakdance all over my face.
Okay, so you can see what's happening, but you can't play it. That's a new one.
Are you clicked into the window?
I am clicked into the window. I will click out.
Yeah.
And then click back into the game because I never clicked out of the game because I wanted to avoid this. Marion, hey, wake up, baby. We got a game to run.
Come on, Marion.
Got some keyboard controls. Anything active for you?
Nothing.
Oh. That is genuinely a new one.
We got teleporting. Yeah, I'm hitting everything. I don't know why my game is on strike right now.
Oh, odd. Well, I think we also have a audio thing that we wanted to fix. So exceptional timing. We're gonna head over to our break screen real quick, figure out why the powers that be don't want Marion to move, and we will be right back with y'all as soon as possible.
It's because you made that crack about.
All right, y'all. Thanks for bearing with us while we got that sorted out, but we are good to go. We are back in. Everybody's controls are working, and we are coming at you with Double Dragon Gaiden.
Actually, Happy, I don't mean to.
Sorry about that.
I don't mean to contradict you right away, but I'm pressing buttons on my controller and nothing's happening on screen. I don't.
All right, let's go back. Let's do it again.
I'll get it figured out while they play the game. How about
All
that?
right, run the intro.
All right, go ahead and let's once we start up here. Yeah.
If you aren't already running the timer, now's a fine time for it.
Yep. And go ahead, select our first stage with Lady Okada here.
So yeah, even that, the mission select and picking their first level is technically already part of the routing and the tech for this run, which is to say that this is a roguelike. So despite the fact that it's a brawler on the face of it, there is a lot of stuff that changes based on what order you select things, what characters you take, and at the end of each level. So we've picked Lady Okada's mansion first because the first level you take has the least segments in it that you have to play. We're really just going to do this section inside the casino and then fight a boss. For each subsequent level, you have to play more of it. And for this level, if you don't pick this one first, you have to go up cliff sides that have a ton of stage hazards, things you can fall off of. It's a real bad time. So I think these two made a smart choice picking this level first.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, yeah, so we talked a little bit earlier. BeagBeaz is playing Uncle Mateen and Marion, a set of characters who are available from the very beginning of the game. And then Cypherin's got Linda and Shinpai, who you will probably see at least one of as a mini boss at some point during the game. Gonna have a little bit of doppelganger action. So yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about when you get a chance about like the move variety, the kinds of actions that you're doing to string your combos together.
Yeah. Well, I know for Mateen, I like him because he's really good at crowd control. He has two really good specials. One of them being the shield charge, where you just slap through a whole group. And then the other one, I'm super happy to show, which is the backbreaker.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so every character has a couple of basic moves. Like you'll do the same inputs with each character and you'll get whatever their version of a move is out. The shield charge, and I think for Linda it's that, yeah, it's the spinning at the end with her whip there. Those are the running attacks. Then you also have an aerial attack that comes out a little bit different, and your standard combos. So like for Mateen, it's that dive. And there's a lot in this game for tech that if you bounce an enemy up, kind of like if you were watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles last night, if you bounce an enemy up and they're not landed on the floor, you can just continue whacking them. So if you're looking to extend a combo, like for Lady Okada here, looks like they're just gonna keep mercilessly taking her to the wall as long as possible. She bounced away off the other wall, but that's okay. That backbreaker in particular, and along with some of Mateen's other moves, can be done and grab a target in the air. So you saw them basically just juggle her all the way across. She has some attacks, she has some like counters and combos, but you didn't need to see any of those. All right, now that we're at the end of the level, each of our players is going to select something. Interesting to see what everybody chooses here. I usually go right for the stuff that powers up certain moves. BeagBeaz definitely did that with the backbreaker, the power bomb for Mateen, and then I saw Cypherin take some money there. What's the plan for that, Cypherin?
Trying to hold out for that. What's it called? The Devil's Dare. Devil's Dare.
Okay.
So
what it does is it halves your HP, but gives you a significant boost in damage.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so if I pick that up, yeah, this run is gonna go super clean. It'll be like one hit kills on most of the enemies.
Yeah, and that's really like that with a lot of those power ups, especially if you get them for moves that you particularly like. You'll watch the numbers for each of these attacks start to go way up. Actually, they kind of let you know you're using an attack with boosted power by changing the color of the number that comes up over the enemy's head. You can see that backbreaker now does 60 damage, which is enough to KO most regular enemies. And it also has a splash effect, which is another thing that I personally like about Mateen. Like that combination of Mateen's power bomb and Marion's rocket launcher, even as a solo player, you have a really excellent AoE coverage.
And another thing that you'll notice as we're playing is you'll see that like super special KO that comes up. That's when you oops, I hit the wrong button. That's when you that special KO right there, that means you finished them with a special move. You really don't notice anything for if you kill one, maybe two enemies, but as you start getting groups of them, you start getting health drops. And you get a hot dog for 3, hamburger for 4, and a turkey for 5, and a turkey fills you for the most part in this run full health.
Yeah, I think is it like 100 or 120? It's a
100
handy amount. Yeah. Yeah, this is also one of those things that if you choose to run this game, not unlike turning off the screen shake in Turtles, turning off the special effects for getting special KOs is a free time save.
Oh man, it is.
Yeah. Normally what happens is it actually puts up like a full page splash screen saying, you know, congrats on your special KOs. And oh boy, does that take a lot of time. Yeah, much like any beat 'em up, you know, you're the thing that's going to get the next enemies on screen is defeating most, if not all, the enemies in the current wave. So these two are going to spend a lot of their time either dividing and conquering or trying to get enemies to appear on top of each other so they can use AoE moves to defeat them all at once. It does get more difficult, especially like starting in this level, I would say. There are going to be enemies who prefer to attack at range, so figuring out how to either drag other enemies into them or use their moveset to like bounce those enemies into the others so they can defeat them all at once. Cypherin accidentally taking a little bit of damage from one of those stage hazards.
I heard it and I did not see it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, and much like in a lot of other brawlers, those stage hazards can also be used very much to your benefit, like you just saw there.
Here we go. Let's go.
Yep, the crate is unlocked. The combat gauntlet has been finished, and it's time to take care of some scorpions. Who you may see this. I think you're most likely to during the boss fight. But if anybody gets stung by one of those scorpions, their controls are reversed for about 10 seconds. I think 8 or 10. Mm-hmm. It's not fun to deal with while you're also fighting this boss. I have lost more than a few runs at this boss fight to getting scorpioned.
Sadly enough, none of our characters can utilize all these wonderful items on the ground, except for the food.
Yeah, it's true. There are some characters, you know, traditionally Billy and Jimmy especially, when enemies drop things, when there are stuff like bottles on the ground, some characters in this game actually can pick them up and make use of them as projectiles and as additional weapons. But everybody here brought their own weapon to the fight, including Uncle Mateen, who really just needs his 2 hands in those giant pythons. So,
yeah.
Hey, look, it's exactly what I was expecting would happen. So yeah, most of these situations where the game wants to show you a mid-boss fight, which happens in stages 2, 3, and 4, there's basically a 50-50 chance as to whether you get a random kind of wave of stronger enemies or you get one of the game's mid-bosses. So this, in my mind, is technically bad RNG that we got one of the mid-bosses instead of just a couple of jobbers, but still no big deal to take care of, especially with Marion's ability to air juggle extremely well, giving Cypherin good opportunities for follow-ups.
Mind if I jump in real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. They're just making some purchases. Please do.
Perfect. Figured the purchase screen was a good time to remind everybody what you can purchase with your generous donations. And that is not 1, but 2 bonus mini games for Salamander County Public Television. That's right. If you want to see more Salamander County Public Television for the low price of $100, you can see Number Flip. And when you purchase a viewing of Number Flip, we will throw in a viewing of Taco Tom Can Dab completely free.
Wow, can I afford not to enjoy that amazing value?
You can't. You'd have to be some sort of idiot.
All right, so assuming I'm not an idiot, what do I do to unlock these amazing incentives?
I don't know. I got distracted by how fun it is to yell at you.
So that's fair.
That good old exclamation point donate in chat will get you there. Head on over, put in all that information. And because that is an incentive, please make sure you scroll to the bottom of the page and click on the choose incentive.
Yeah,
and then
basically, as soon
click
as you put a dollar amount in, you'll see that incentive section light up. And you scroll down there, you can see what incentives are open. You can put any portion of your donation towards opened incentives in Bid Wars. You could split it up if we have both active. But yeah, you want to see that taco dabbing. So please consider putting any donations towards the Salamander County Public Television incentive. Yeah, sorry for co-opting that hosting segment from you. Happy.
No, you're great.
Full disclosure, it is early for you.
You cleaned it up perfectly. Everything was great, and I was like, bet.
I mean, you know, just like these two, they're cleaning up after each other, especially with these enemies. You might have seen them a little bit in the previous stage, but these enemies will try to roll away from you as you attack them. So there's a certain cadence of like, all right, I'm going to attack once, and then I'm going to wait immediately until the roll ends so I can put the hurt on them the rest of the way. And having a partner there to help you do that definitely speeds things up. Atin, you having a little trouble getting up the incline?
Look, he's old, okay?
And he's a little on the heavy side too.
Yeah. All right, y'all want to keep playing?
Mm-hmm. No, I think they do.
Just wait. Just wait.
Yeah, no, that roll absolutely resets. You give them too long without you putting the pressure on them, and they'll be able to do that dodge away, or in their in this case, they're looking to roll away and either do the punch or try to grab at you. So the more you can keep the pressure on, I also personally find, yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I was waiting to see if Marion was going to come out. I find that just being able to put the rocket launcher down, like since there isn't a character near them, they can't react the same way they normally would. You can just AoE damage them.
I've been doing a little bit of Googling in your absence.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, surely, I'm not super familiar with Salamander County. I'm looking forward to watching it for the first time. And I was like, but surely, when they say Taco Tom, that can't be the same Taco Tom as Taco Tom 2, the 2018 arcade game by Penguin Pop Games. But in fact, it is. Salamander County is also by Penguin Pop. So now that I can give a personal recommendation, Taco Tom 2 is like one of the funniest games I've ever played. It's beyond absurd.
Get that hot out.
Yep.
Yeah, no, look, the only way that Salamander County could be properly represented during its first showing at GDQ was for Teddy Ross to have a section where he got up out of his chair and shook his butt with the special message on it for the audience. Like that's the level the game itself is working on. So if you know
now that I know
nothing
it's
else
that Taco Tom, I'm like, please,
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
please with the mini gaming. I feel very seen by Marion in this moment. We're like, you're just up in there, and Marion's like, I'm gonna stand as far away from this as I can. And just like, I'll give some backup fire support, but
There you go. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Yeah, no, her attacks are gun, much bigger gun, and also a taser if you're foolish enough to try to run at somebody. All right, up to the roof of the giant temple of trash here for our boss fight with Anubis. Anubis, much like a lot of his baddies, is big on the teleporting. If he is fully set up, he will teleport away from the first attack that you try to send his way, and will his two big things are a big AoE around him, and if he gets the other one set up, now we may not give him the chance. That's good. Because his other one, very much like the Scorpions, is basically going to confuse your active character for a little while. So Very glad to not see that one. And then we just have the two especially big versions of the guys inside the temple to take out. Just a few health bars left. Yeah, thankfully falling off the edge of the temple here isn't considered a death. It does a little bit of damage to you or to anybody else you happen to knock off the edge. So didn't quite manage to get that tasty looking burger.
Try.
Got a good whiff of it though.
I love that Linda's tag-in line. That's Linda, right?
What's that?
Yeah, that's
the
Linda.
pink hair with the chain whip?
Yeah, the cool one. I love
Correct.
that her tag-in line was about time, even though you were on the other guy for what, like 4 seconds?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so Bees is in high danger mode. You may actually see players start losing characters now.
Yeah, the enemy. Yeah. Well, let's see. If I punch everybody hard enough and they can't hit me, I'm good.
The best defense is a good offense.
There you go. Every time. 60% of the time it works every time.
It's good numbers.
So yeah, we're at 50 HP now instead of our 100 that we started with. But
It's fine. Pain don't hurt.
my team does a lot of damage.
Look at that one hit.
To be honest, I haven't run this game since the newest DLC with the last couple of characters, and I'm pretty sure that power wasn't in the game before. So I'm excited to see how y'all rock with it.
Come on, come outside. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm right here.
Are you supposed to be running all over the place and one
you gotta
punching
make
everybody?
that. You got to make
You
that.
gotta make it
mark.
happen.
There we go. Come on.
Oh man, move! Like right now, you could be punching these guys over here.
True. Or power bombing them into each other.
There we go. Hit them. Yep. There we go.
I'll stay here because I'm not gonna be running all over this screen. My back hurt. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, so does mine, but I'm still here criticizing you for not being in the right. Oh, but no, wait, that's easy to do. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. They're already dead.
Yeah, so this game technically has Double Dragon lore in that it carries on from that dark era that we were talking about, like the Saturday morning cartoon, the Double Dragon, 4 or 5, and the SNES game. That technically, or no, and the movie especially, is this game takes place in a post-apocalypse version of the same city as the early games. That's why you see stuff on the walls like "Create a new order." And technically, there's still like a mayor of the city, but it's kind of weird that governance local government managed to survive a nuclear apocalypse.
I've always said there's nothing stronger than local government.
True, it's true. It's an important place to make a difference. You know, either with your politics or with your fists. Oh yeah, these fellas are an absolute menace. I fully sanction as many uses of the power bomb as you can do, because they're the kind that when you swipe at them, they'll leap back and then they'll start charging at you with basically with their claws.
Like that.
Yeah, Beaz is not enjoying himself right now.
Oh my goodness.
That was
Everybody wants to just stand right out the way.
right when you asked.
Yeah. No, I slipped them a $5 before these two got to the screen. So
That's what it was.
thank you for doing the necessary. Yeah, there's a lot of little like routing and optimization you can do here. Like on the end of the last level, you saw them trying to go for that burger, even though like the level's already done. They were going to get the health refill, but the more health you finish each section of a level with, the more money you get, which lets you buy your upgrades at the end of each section. It is entirely possible, if you are playing this game casually, that when you get to the end of a segment, you don't have the money to buy the next upgrade you want.
Feeling
Yep.
real
No, I
good.
appreciate that both players are pretty much grooving to the tempo of the music there. That's what I always do.
I'm glad there was just an intuition for all 4 of us to get quiet as soon as the elevator. We're like,
All right, good. This is some
Gotta
good
enjoy
RNG
the
here.
elevator music.
This is a very easy mini boss section. See if we can keep them grouped up. There's some rocket launcher action, some other AoE attacks. A team with the power bomb? No, okay, come on.
I was trying, but it was like, nah, let's not do that.
Fair enough.
If the game even thinks you're remotely considering moving any direction, it's like, let's do this instead.
Yeah. Armstrong. Nice choice. All right, so Cypherin picked up a couple of straight up power-ups for specific moves. And I think Bees went a little bit more utility based, which is kind of important when you have a lot less health than usual.
Yeah.
Hi, ratties. Anyone who likes rats and maybe ratals, please don't look. That might happen again before this level's over.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
I know. Oh, the pixel art in this game is really like
Beautiful.
yeah. It's not like it's super complex, but it's still very, very expressive. You're not wrong with the Saturday morning cartoon comparison, Happy.
It's very like stylized in a way that I appreciate because I don't know. I feel like if a beat 'em up takes itself too seriously, it feels like I don't know, just not my vibe. And like I appreciate having like some silly face animations when you beat stuff up and like
Yeah,
kind of like a cartoony stylized.
Oh,
I appreciate not taking itself too seriously because ultimately like
right. You gotta
we're
have a
just
little
punching
fun in
stuff.
the nuclear post-apocalypse.
yeah.
Treat yourself.
The animation too on the attacks is incredible. Like the arc on the whip attack is like so cleanly animated. Beautiful.
So where you going, old man?
I was just touching. See, you know what? It's too old. I ain't had my coffee.
You don't want to tag Marion in for this section?
No, what you talking about?
Okay.
I can do everything she can do. I'm in my prime. Open that there.
Look, all I'm saying is if you're intentionally not dashing just to preserve the bit, I respect the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Like, I know
what
Mateen
you're
can
talking
dash. You don't have to be moving the speed on purpose.
Oh yeah, no, he has a dash.
Yeah, no, then he also has a ground pickup move. You might have just seen it do it against the big boy on the right side of the screen there. That diving kick actually will pop enemies who are already on the ground up and let you keep hitting them more. It's really good for that. The air power bomb came out at the wrong time.
I literally didn't touch any stick, and I was like, "Yeah, got him with the backbreaker."
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I'm a jump.
Dude, you're gonna see that happen here in this elevator. Bees is probably gonna take the lead here because that power bomb, with how small this arena is gonna do wicked damage.
I'm waiting for you, old man. Do the power bomb. What are you doing?
I can't move. There we go.
They get blown up.
We're having issues. Okay, the gremlins are back. Get them out of here.
There it is.
Yeah,
that
there
health
we
power
go.
up.
Get the health.
Yeah, Bees, that one's all you.
That got me pretty bad.
I can't get it.
Uh-oh.
I cannot get it.
What? What about this one?
No, you don't understand.
So
The
do
game
you
is
not have
having a
control stick?
serious issue keeping up. Yep.
Even right now, you can't get. I see 3 pieces of food.
Nope. Nope.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I think. Nope. It is freezing up again. Why, game? Why? I'm gonna cry. I'm going to sob deeply.
Oh yeah, no, the connection meter on screen's telling the same story.
Yep.
Oh no.
I don't know why. I have literally nothing else. So, and I've played this game so many times with no issue.
I see you moving on my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm moving now.
Movement happened 5-10 seconds ago. No, we're good.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back.
Okay.
It seems to be coming back. Seems to be coming. Oh, it's still having issues, but we're fighting.
To be fair, it's amazing content if we just lean into being a little too old
Slide
for this.
around.
His mind's going a little bit. You walk into the room and you start fighting a group of guys, and he just walks the other way. Like,
There you go.
he's like, "What's over here?"
Oof. All right, Martine's gonna have to take a breather until the next stage, so it's time for Marion. Oh, Marion, they're over there.
This is what I like to. This is what I like to call playing by PowerPoint.
Yeah. All right. We're guiding bees by wire now. Let's do it. All right, you've got a drone.
We're gonna
enemy in the
weekend
air.
at Bernie's.
Yep.
Bees.
So close.
I have no word. I literally. I'm gonna cry. I'm there with you in spirit, Cypher.
Yeah.
I'll take selfies while
You got a couple
fighting.
shots there. That was helpful.
We just had to beat that level. That's what it was. It was, you know.
And you landed some shots on the boss. You were
There we
helping.
go.
Ooh, invulnerable while using moves. Okay, that also
I'm
wasn't there the last
helping.
time I ran this game. I should get back into this.
Yeah, this game's great.
Which is funny because when it first got announced that co-op was a possibility, I reached out to Bees because we just kind of just met each other, and it was like, hey, I'll let you know when this this update drops. And the day that happened, I sent him just a screenshot. Oh, video game,
So
video
excited.
game, you good?
Yeah.
Did you choose your buff?
I hear
Cypher?
sound. I hear sound, but the screen is completely black for me.
I'm gonna cry.
Wait, maybe. All right. Let's. We might be able to reload it. If I quit out.
True. Yeah, this
We
game
got-
does
and the
let you
connection had
continue
just come
the
back.
stage.
Okay. I think B's cursing me over here with this senile antics. Now my game is getting senile. All right. Hold on a minute.
All right. All right. While we do some troubleshooting, everybody else here in the call, like Happy, you and me, Happy, what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you while you've been hosting or running at a marathon?
Oh, jeez. I mean, God, yesterday's a strong contender. Not for weird, but for most like panic.
Okay, that's fair.
But
All right.
do you have a
Yeah, no, I
story
do.
in mind?
I have
while
a story
figure
on
one out.
deck.
Yeah, what's yours? Tell me
Very
yours.
first time I ever hosted for anything was the first time I hosted for mainline GDQ. And so this is an online marathon. They're still getting used to doing. This is the second online marathon. So I host judge for SGDQ 20 and then hosted for AGDQ 21. My first shift, it's not that long into things, but it's enough that everybody who's doing producing and that stuff is kind of into it, knows what they're doing. My producer is Mike Uyama. Mike, for whatever reason, seems to think that I've done this before. So I get a very brief introduction to like, hey, here's what you need to know. Let's do this. We're running a little bit behind, so I'm just going to get the runners started. I'm like, okay, I think I understand. I've been, reading over the guide. I have all that stuff open on my computer. I start doing my introduction, the stuff I have pre-scripted, going into, hey, here's the games you have to look forward to. Mike brings the runners into the room and segues them in with, and we're live. I don't know what this means. I wasn't expecting Mike to keep talking when he brings people back into the room. I assume that means I haven't been live this whole time. So I launch back into my introduction. I start from the very beginning of my script, read through a paragraph and a half. Mike says the exact same thing to the runners, and we're live. And I'm like, oh God, is there some sort of horrible tech issue behind the scenes? So I start my introduction again. Twitch chat is absolutely losing their minds. I'm a malfunctioning robot. Everybody's having a fantastic time. Yeah, that's the worst thing that happened to me in a marathon. But thankfully, that did telling that story bought us the time to get back into Double Dragon Gaiden. Let's get back to it, gentlemen.
Unfortunately, we do have to replay the previous
That first
stage.
segment of the stage, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. This actually reminded me, the boss fight that we fought there right before we had to do our reset reminded me that I actually usually do this stage second. I take an extra segment inside the end of the last stage with Anubis. You drop down into the temple and do a couple of fights in rooms that have a bunch of stage hazards instead of climbing further up the building to fight Machine Gun Willie. So I'm interested to see how this fight changes and this level in particular. Because if I remember, if you take Willie third or fourth, you have to fight him in the helicopter. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. If you take him fourth,
that's
you
only
fight
last.
him in a helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully we get to do this with less people getting bopped upside the head by the berserker enemies. I do not want to see bees on 4 HP again.
Good. Do that too.
Got that meat there just in case he does get bopped.
True. Yeah, what I've always thought to do with these guys, yeah, you can either do the jumping diving, or you can swipe one of them basically into the other and then come in with the power bomb and try to grab the one who's already lost his invulnerability, such as it were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cypherin's got it. Even grouped up.
Oh my god.
And yeah, you do see enemies dropping things. They're dropping both money and the special power up. So sometimes you might need to change the way you move around the level just a little bit to make sure you collect more of those special crystals, so you have moves charged up when you need them. Call the elevator. Hey, Happy, while we're riding up, any announcements or anything we should know about?
While we ride in that elevator, yes, always. I mean, I'm going to once again entreat the folks that be to get some donations toward that $100 incentive for the 2 bonus mini games for Salamander County Public Television. I have been doing more and more research on what those involve, and the more I learn, the more terrified I am, and the more I want to see them.
All right, well, what terrifies you?
Raw absurdity. Well, Taco
Really?
Tom.
Honestly,
2.
I thought that was your brand.
This is fair. Taco Tom 2 came out in, I believe, 2019. Would you like to guess when Taco Tom 1 came out?
2009.
Never.
Oh, okay. Heard.
So that's the kind of developers we're dealing with, where they just dropped a sequel with no game and then put a character from that sequel apparently into a mini game for Salamander County. Amazing indeed, game. Thank you. A little late on the uptake, but I respect it.
Well, I mean, it said it a second time just for emphasis. This stage in particular is actually, or this screen in particular, is surprisingly difficult because you have those enemies who want to dodge away from your attacks. And you might have seen what just happened there. We have one enemy down at the bottom level because he dodged and came off that center platform there.
There we go. Got it.
Oh no.
Oh, did you knock him all the way down there?
Yep, that's what'll happen.
It's all right. Clean it up.
There we go.
Yeah. It is technically possible to clear this screen without having to come back down here, but it is a lot less common than you'd think.
I did that on purpose because Bees needed that burger. So
Yeah, that's what. See, look at teamwork.
Being a real homie. Getting the boys their burgers. It's important.
Oh yeah, no, you got a burger on a Saturday morning.
I was gonna say, I know it's like 8 a.m., but like I need a burger right now.
I'd kill a burger right now. Yeah. Get out of here, rat.
Our friends, burger toppings. What you got?
mushrooms.
Interesting.
Like a mushroom and Swiss sort of deal.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Sunny side up egg.
Okay,
I love an egg on a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deluxe, the Royale.
I'm gonna say something a little off the rocker.
Okay.
Pineapple.
I love
Oh,
pineapple too.
absolutely. A
Pineapple and
burger
egg.
with like ham and pineapple. Oh my god. And a little barbecue sauce. Forget about it.
Oh yeah.
I do like a good like a barbecue sauce on a burger or a black and blue. Do it with some blue cheese and a nice melty. Yeah, something melty with some blue cheese drizzle on top.
Damn.
Oh no.
I'm so hungry now.
Hey, if you are hungry for more content for Lifeline for Linear, get
For
those
more
donations
content?
in for Taco Tom. Exactly.
Yeah, I know it's not a burger, but tacos can also have toppings. Historically, they do.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, we got Rara in the Discord. Pineapple with jalapenos. Absolutely.
Oh, that sounds good.
You don't say people's names on stream. I mean, yes, I know they are a host and a coordinator. Their name is known to everyone.
That's their username.
Oh, yes.
What name would you prefer I use if not their username?
You just say there are people behind the scenes also stating their choices.
Guess.
That went significantly better.
Because especially if somebody has such a vile opinion that you
You don't want
call them
public
out over
shaming.
it. Exactly. You keep it anonymized.
Just go, oh, I was trying to get that money.
Oh,
See, like that typo where it says French friend onions. I'm not telling you who said that. It's very funny though.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't I wouldn't want to dock somebody by telling you their name when they mix pepper jack cheese and mustard.
I'd do that.
To be fair, I do that on like
I
turkey
would do it.
sandwiches literally every day, but it was the only thing in chat that would make my punchline work, so I had to. Sometimes it's about the bit, not the reality.
No, I can see that with like a Dijon mustard, especially. I'm not big on yellow mustard, but
That's fair.
Get broken.
Can we get step one? Step one, we do have a $15 donation from Taco Tom himself.
all right.
The boy, the man, the myth, the legend, the taco. That says dabs aggressively. So Taco Tom is already dabbing on him, but needs your help and $85 more toward that incentive to be able to dab on screen and fulfill that dream. I think a great way to get there, chat, can you let us know? Burger toppings are fine if you want to do that as well, but I would love to know your preferred kind of taco that Tom could be. Because my understanding is canonically, we do not know
He
what
was going in
fillings
the
are
pit.
in Taco Tom.
He had to suffer for what he did. to me.
I have absolutely done that before. I've absolutely accidentally juggled somebody back onto a platform. It just happens like that sometimes. You're like, all right, I'm gonna run over there and chase him up, follow up. Oh, wait, I didn't need to do any of that. Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, the humble taco and burger, the two siblings from the same family. So if you have preferences for either, honestly, I would love to see somebody who's into like dressing up a taco like a burger, basically. Get some barbecue sauce on that taco.
Yo, I've actually this is going to be shocking to everybody because I live in Portland, which is like exactly the place you'd expect to have taco with burger fillings. But there's this bar on I think the southeast side that has a taco truck where like the side of the truck just pulls up to a window into the bar. So like
Heck yeah.
technically the bar is not serving the food, wink, but like
Right,
you
right.
just walk over there and get the food.
Technically,
they
the bar
have a
does not have a
taco.
liquor license. Wink. I mean,
Yeah.
what?
Wing.
And they have a taco that's like basically cheeseburger fillings, and it's
Nice.
so good actually.
I'm into it. Just like these two are deep into this stage. We're getting pretty close to finishing this segment, which means we're about to see, since this is level 3, we're going to see the boss after this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
How do you... Oh, man, your eyes going bad. There we go. He's like, I got him. Yo,
Cypherin definitely working smarter, not harder here. Just waiting for people to...
Get it.
Oh,
where's the fun in that? We're here to entertain for these people. No.
well, that's fair. B's the consummate showman. Showing those guns against the guy with the guns.
Yeah. You bought a gun to a fist fight. And as with every beat 'em up,
that was actually a bad idea.
Level.
Oh yeah, this is the scary part of this stage. Yeah, no, you have to take this elevator fight with no guardrails. You're gonna have enemies coming in, including some aerial ones, I think, who are gonna swoop in from the corners. Yeah, here are our drones. You can technically knock them back off because they do have to fall down when they get hit, but you can also fall off the edges here. So
I'm not an expert, but I'm like 100% sure this is not OSHA compliant.
This is the post-apocalypse. I don't think OSHA's a thing anymore.
I don't know. Local government survived.
Yeah,
I think
local
OSHA
government. OSHA is not local.
No, I know local government and OSHA. That's the one federal.
Look, in an ideal world, yes,
survived is OSHA.
In an ideal world, you probably also would need vigilantes to clean up all this crime. They would wage their war in the marketplace of ideas, right? That's how that works.
Now bring all my favorite weapons to the marketplace of ideas, like knives.
And that extremely, extremely large AK-47 that is so big that Willie can actually keep himself in the air by firing it.
Oh.
Yeah, every other time he takes a hit stun and gets knocked down, he'll try to shoot the AK 3 times to keep himself up in the air and punish you for chasing after him. But these two had absolutely no trouble with that.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey,
There's a devil's
let's
there.
go.
There we go.
No better time to make it extra spicy than going into the most difficult level.
Sadly, though, I have to lose Linda. I think Linda's my favorite character. But yeah, Chin. I like Chin too. I like the quick pops he does to enemies and stuff. And with the Devil's Dare, it's gonna be really good now.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. Like, you know, early on, knowing that you tend to play characters with more multi-hit combos, I'm like, dang, it's really different from my style because I like the characters that do a lot of damage in single attacks to make it so that you don't have to worry about people getting bounced around, that kind of stuff. But knowing that the Devil's Dare exists and now that all those individual attacks are going to do an absolute load of damage, I see the vision here.
Yep.
Hey, anyone want a nice cold can of Pippus? Oh, never mind.
Thing's broken.
Yeah. Sorry, fountain sodas only.
I don't know that I'll ever get tired of the names that games and TV shows use to be like, you know exactly what product we're referring to, but we can't refer to the product.
Yep. No, we have taken one step outside of legal culpability, and that is enough.
I'm watching an anime right now.
Oh no!
That's about.
Did you rejoin? You can rejoin.
I'm gonna. All right.
Yeah, drop in enabled. You're great.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah. Everybody else who owns this game, please do not use that room code.
Please don't drop in.
Yeah, please don't drop in.
I don't know. There's some people in chat who I would be like, if you dropped it, it would be kind of funny, and I wouldn't be too mad.
I would.
Most of you, I'd be pretty mad.
All right, there we
Actually,
go.
one person. I think it would be really funny if Sweet Beebs jumped in.
True. Oh, stream is done.
Oh. Okay. Looks like something is down on our stream, y'all, so we are just going to figure that out super quick. We will be right back with you. And you know, if you want to be cool, by the time I get back, give me some more taco toppings to read. All right, y'all, we got that worked out. Can we get some love in chat for Tech Team? They're doing incredible work.
Woo,
Dealing
yeah,
with
woo.
Saturday morning vibe, but we are back. We're ready to party. We're gonna go beat some more stuff up. Let's get back to it.
Hey, did you know that the internet infrastructure isn't super great in the post-apocalypse?
Shocking.
Ooh, and also those couple of enemies were not great for y'all.
Yeah.
Almost just lost 2 characters on the same enemies.
I lost my precious devils there.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I get to play as my favorite character again.
Does he come back in without it? Is that power up lost now when he revives?
No, I'll keep it.
Okay. It's just gonna be a little while.
Yep.
The devil's pretty chill historically about bets. Like, if you die, he'll just let you come back and try again.
Yeah. He's just keeping your soul on retainer.
That's my understanding, yeah.
Right.
And we still got the old man with the special anyway, so.
One cool fact about this game, every time it says KO on a puppy, that actually means cool and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doggy is both cool and okay.
On the lore drop they don't tell you about in school.
Slam.
Yep, you already know.
Oh yeah. We're all right, players. What? This thing out? How you feeling?
Yeah, I can run it out. Is the stream still? Did he completely cut?
Yeah, I
Shoot me out
mean,
the game.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Then yeah. Then I can do it.
yeah.
So I have to get my OBS up, right? Or okay. So you're still seeing Lindo on the screen at the moment. Okay.
Let's do this.
I got the key earlier. I'm putting it in.
Double Dragon Gaiden.
Don't happen because a connection issue with yourself would be wild. So we are getting right back into it. We are going to see a solo run of this last level. Cypherin, it's all yours.
Yeah, Cypherin's carrying on the torch for this run. Mad respect to that. Thank you so much, everybody, for bearing with us. This is going to be the longest level, and is there another voice in the room with us? Another presence? I'm sensing something. My electrospectrograph is picking up.
Is that the ghost of several bees?
Bees. Speak to us, my friend.
Spectrum can
What's
keep
happening
rocks.
Fair and reasonable.
Why'd you leave me, old man? Why'd you leave me on this earth alone? Look at what I gotta go
There's
through.
a
I'm in
buffet
the
special right now.
Oh, you jerk! You left me for food.
But
Yeah,
it was
so,
good food though.
It better have
remember-
pineapple on it.
You remember that part where we talked about how Devil's Dare halves a character's health in exchange for more damage? So yeah, imagine that, but now you don't have the backup of somebody else having your back. So Cypherin's definitely keeping himself locked in for the entirety of this stage, because basically any mistake is either going to require him to switch out to Linda or hope that he doesn't get one-shotted.
I wouldn't let that happen to me though.
Obviously, you let yourself get.
The ghostly disrespect. Okay, I see how it is.
I like how easy it is to be like that when you're a ghost. You're like, I'd simply be better at the game. Like, all right.
That's mean. Ghosts still have feelings too.
Is that true? That's actually interesting. Yeah, this is a
It isn't.
rare opportunity to learn about
Yeah.
being a ghost. Do you have any? So are you a ghost because you have some like unfinished business that we can help with?
I have to fist fight my ISP.
Oh, all right.
I was gonna say like finishing out the run would help resolve the business here on Earth, but no, I get it.
I got a fist fight Spectrum. I respect that.
Plus, karaoke with Cypherin was on my bucket list.
Oh man, doesn't want
Hey.
that. I feel you.
All right, now I gotta fight my favorite character.
Linda was mad because you stopped using her.
Yeah, the misfortune of getting another full-on mini boss. Ooh, nice choice switching out right when you did. Yeah, because Linda's using that scorpion grab. The initial hit only does a little bit of damage, but she will throw you if you give her the chance. And thankfully, you were able to get in a quick character swap to break that attack off.
I was thinking about buying tickets to the Linda's concert, but we have Linda at home.
Ah.
I do the rim shot, but I can't operate anything in the material world.
So are you doomed then? If your unfinished business is to fist fight a physical entity, but you can't interact with anything in the physical world, you just stuck? Seems unfair.
Oh no, these hands can be thrown when they need to be.
Oh, okay. I was not granted the power of picking up drumsticks, but I've been granted the power of fist fighting. I respect that.
Stay still.
Yeah, the game does a surprisingly good job of balancing the kinds of encounters you get on each stage, such that stage 4 is kind of always your final exam. They're going to throw everything they have at you. There's so many more of these enemies that try to juke and swipe in at you. More stage hazards, a little bit of everything. I do find this generally to be the easiest final level. Oh, also we've changed over from the Pipis machine to the BB's machine.
BB's.
Probably just because the sprite is backwards, but you know.
When I could still drink sodas, I was a fan of Diet BB's.
Diet BB's.
Tell you what I'm a fan of, which is Salamander County Public Television.
That's
and that
true.
Taco Tom incentive.
You make some exceptional points.
Right?
You know what would go down fine with the Diet BB's right now?
Some tacos?
A taco. Yeah.
Specifically one taco that loves to dab.
A dabbing taco.
I feel that. I feel that in my soul.
I still have not received any taco topping opinions, and I'm heartbroken about this. We received a dab from the taco himself, which I deeply appreciate, but I would love to know people's taco toppings. Because, like, I'm an al pastor girly, and I prefer just like a classic street taco, you know, just like onions and cilantro and some real good al pastor. But, like, I imagine other people have other feelings. Do any of you have a more cursed taco opinion? I feel like chat's not going to get too excited about my extremely vanilla taco experience.
I mean, like,
something more dramatic.
technically, I consider your choice a little bit cursed because I have the cursed taste buds that make cilantro taste awful.
Oh,
So none of that for me. But other than that, I'm here with you.
I had that and I don't anymore.
Interesting.
When I was like a teenager, I had that bad, and now I like love cilantro. I don't know what happened.
Okay, no, I'm
But it
more willing to
rules.
try that than the other thing that I have like a severe issue with, which is like aspirin. I'm very allergic to that, or at least I was, and I don't plan on
Interesting.
testing that anytime soon.
Yeah, you're like, I don't
Cilantro,
wanna
however, I will give
find
another
out
try.
If, like, is it salicylates, or aspirin and its related drugs?
Non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Any of them.
Fancy.
Basically, the only thing I can take when I have a headache is Tylenol. And yeah, we're hoping
interesting.
Cypherin avoids the headache of having to redo some stuff there, because Chin did take a bad combo, and with the halved HP, that was all she wrote for him. So Linda is
I
doing
don't
it
get
for herself.
headaches anymore.
All right,
I like the idea of a ghost who just makes you feel bad. Like, you're like, oh, my head hurts so much, and your little
I'm
ghost
pretty
friend's
sure
like,
Toby
well, I don't
Fox,
have to have headaches.
I'm pretty sure Toby Fox taught all gamers what a ghost who makes you feel bad is like. So
You know what? That's fair. You're real for
sometimes
that.
you just need to have a lay down and feel like garbage. You are seen, Napstabluke.
I can't be seen.
I mean, you know, if you look
Only
carefully
heard.
enough. Yeah, true.
Well, to make the fist fighting a lot easier.
Yeah, true. It's like you'd have a pretty sizable advantage.
All right, we do have our friend Shin back, which is extremely important because these last segments are no joke. We're going to be chasing our way all the way to the front of the train car, where we're going to have a big boss battle against our final boss and a lot of his best friends. Like, technically, this is the easiest level to do last, but it is by no means easy, especially when one of your characters has half health.
Like, we planned this so that the easiest one is last, but let's be clear, it's still the last level. Like, it's still final boss territory. I like the dude who just, like, has the same knife as the other guy, but taped to the end of a stick.
I mean, yeah, you gotta make do with whatever you can put together. Again, post-apocalypse. It's not like they still have spears. Spears haven't existed in like 50 years. Cypherin making the stutter step to see about picking up that health, and then realizing, oh wait, I'm at full health, and there's an explosive nearby. Whom amongst us, truly.
I would have still got it.
I believe you.
I believe you too. Wasting our time.
Ooh. Ghost beef.
Ghost beef?
Ghost beef. That sounds like that'd go good on a taco, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds good. on a
Ghost beef
taco.
is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. have
I
heard
learned
this about
today
you.
It's
in this
just so
moment
absurd.
that ghosts can be burned as well.
Oh yeah, no, you've never met the ghost roaster. I would strongly advise you to stay away. now that you are a ghost yourself. I would also strongly advise people to stay away from these robotic
roaster?
dogs. Yeah, the ghost roaster.
Groster.
No? This is just me? All
A
right.
groster.
Yeah, exactly. You get it.
You want to make it sound like it's a bad thing, but actually, the ghost roaster, I'm taking that name for when I barbecue.
Real ghost roast. If you did like a really good like ghost pepper salsa,
Right, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
that'd be a killer name. Or
A little insensitive. Because I'm dead.
Yeah, all peppers are ghost peppers for bees.
every pepper is a ghost pepper.
All right. Very cleanly done. It does help that Chin here is not the knockback kind of character with those basic attacks, so it's able to keep enemies closer to him and basically just have all the action funnel to him rather than have to go chase after it.
You ever do that thing where someone starts a sentence and you like think they're gonna finish it one way and then they surprise you? When you said like it does help, I was fully ready for you to be like, he's moving pretty quick. It does help the bees isn't here holding him back anymore. Like I thought you were about to be such a jerk.
I think they call that intrusive thoughts, Happy.
Intrusive thoughts on someone else's behalf.
Right, no.
Yep, ghosts can still get burned.
All right, final boss time. Let's clutch up, everyone. Yeah, look at those health bars. 500 is not nothing, even when we're doing double damage here. We absolutely don't have room to make any mistakes with Chin. Yeah, that one hit, it's now time to switch out until he can recover enough health or maybe get his way to a burger. But this boss does not give you much room to breathe. He's coming at you with flying, the flying swipe, the jumping kicks. He's got his 2 robo dogs. It's a bad time. But time will be as soon as this health bar drains out and we make one decision afterwards. You could really just put the timer up now if you want to. All right, that's our final boss down. Technically, we do have to accept the mayor's deal and agree to become the enforcers of the Neo post-apocalypse, but that is the last level. Well done.
What happens if you don't?
There is one more level that is basically a gigantic boss rush, and then ends in a fight against every boss of a stage at once, and then the mayor after that.
Oh. Interesting.
We saw things his way.
We're gonna squash every degenerate in the city.
Yeah, I mean, local government.
He pays well and the benefits are good.
All right, thank you so much to both of y'all, for everyone for bearing with us through all that funniness. This game is still honestly like really fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. It is super accessible both casually and as a speed run. Cypherin, BeGbeaz, where can the people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Cypherin, and also here continuing to support Linear. So yeah, that's about it.
You can find me haunting Cypherin.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. Thank you.
All right, fabulous. And I mean, T, you're here too. Where can the people find you?
I'm basically giving all the hosts their notes, so keep watching the marathon. That's what I need you to do for
You're
me.
like, I'll be here.
Yep. That's what I always say. People say, where can we find you? And I say, volunteer for marathons. You'll find me.
Yeah. And I do recommend it, not only because volunteering is great, but because Teachery's great.
Oh,
Heck yeah, we're going to get over to that break screen, y'all. Tech is hard at work getting the next run going as fast as possible, so I have a feeling we will be right into it pretty quick here.